Morning, bitches, and welcome into another episode of Random Shit with Kyle. How's it going? It's going pretty good for me. If my voice sounds weird, it's because I am sick and I am getting over a little bit of a head cold, although thankfully it's not COVID. It's not the flu, it's not anything that intense. It's just mostly fucking annoying. So, anyways, if you've never been into an episode with us before, hey, I'm your host, Kyle, and that's why it's called Random Shit with Kyle, because that's me. And we talk about random shit. Anyways, now that you're all caught up to speed, welcome in. I hope that your holidays were good and you're having a happy Saturday. Fun fact, it is legit the morning, and I am legit recording this on Saturday. So, that almost never happens. So, because mornings are not my thing. But this is like the middle of the night morning. So, that's really actually my thing. Okay, real quick before we dive into all the things, we're going to do some random cards today. But my mother had surgery on my birthday, and she is doing fine. She is living her, best life, flirting with all the people in the hospital. And so, yeah, she has now, because she's had back surgery before. And she had back surgery before I did. So I had it when I was 17, and we had it in the same place, L4, L5. And now she had it in L2, and then like lower than that. There was 2 discs. And so the scar that we both have on our back is like probably 6 to 8 inches long. Like, it's a big ass scar. And then because this is lower, she has like another scar that big on her back. So now she's got like a 14-inch scar on her back that just basically connects. It's kind of crazy. Anyways, so there's that. She seems to be doing well. They are going to put her in a rehab center. So that's wonderful news, because I was worried about her trying to figure out how to navigate life at home. So anyways, all of those things are good. And, yay, she didn't die on my birthday. I always get worried when people go into surgery. Like, weird shit happens in surgery. Did you know that we, didn't know what anesthesia did until, a couple of months ago? Like, literally in 2024, we finally figured out how anesthesia works. That, we've been using it for far too long for me, for that to be a thing. So, there's that. And, weird shit happens to people I know. So, Claire's mom went in for a hysterectomy and woke up deaf because of a weird reaction to anesthesia. So, crazy shit happens because of anesthesia. And so I always get nervous. Anyways, so I'm sick, and I'm going to talk a little bit about things I hate while I'm sick. Because obviously you hate being sick. That's fucking annoying, right? I was sick on my birthday, which is annoying. And then the thing that pisses me off the most, though, is I already have a schedule of medicine to keep up with, right? Morning pills, night pills, blah, blah, blah. I already have, I have insulin because I'm diabetic, blah, 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 blah. I have things I already have to keep up with. And now I have to keep up with Dayquil and NyQuil? Fuck. And the 6-hour schedule of that. And honest to God, I don't know if it's 6 hours. I didn't look it up. I feel like I've taken Dayquil and NyQuil enough in my life that it's a good enough guesstimate. So we're going with it. So every 6 hours I've been, taking Dayquil and NyQuil. Also, for some fucking reason, Dayquil fucks me up so much more than NyQuil does. And NyQuil's the one with alcohol in it, right? I don't know. It's weird. But on Dayquil, I am super tired and kind of crazy. So I don't know what that's about. But anyways, other things that I hate when you're sick is that if you have to go anywhere, your head already hurts because it's a head cold, right? And so then you're already irritated and annoyed. And then you have to also bring your own whole fucking extra bag full of Dayquil and cough drops and Kleenex and chapstick and whatever, and everything just fucking irritates me when you have to add all of that shit to it. So, being sick's never fun, but a head cold to me is really fucking annoying. I don't want to be on my deathbed. I hate being that sick. But being regular 6 annoying as fuck too. So, anyways, sorry. So what are some of your favorite things that you got for Christmas? I do need to know. Let me see. Favorite thing I got for Christmas. I got a couple of books. I'm super excited about those. Claire got me this really cute sweater, and it has an otter with a Santa hat on it, and he's drinking a cup of coffee, and it's very cute, and it's very oversized, and so it's very soft and fluffy, and I wore it all day on my birthday when I was sick, and it made me feel a lot better, so that one's fun. I like that one a lot. Yeah, I got some good stuff. The puppies got, oh my god, they were so excited. They woke us up at 6 in the morning, and, we were like, okay, go outside and go potty. No. Right to the stockings. And I was like, absolutely not. You have to go potty first. You can't just be in here diving into your stockings. So we finally forced them outside. They went potty so quick, came back to that door, and they ripped their stockings open and got the treats out of them and the toys out of them. And then they immediately were like, okay, now what's next? I know that we have bags full of presents. So Jasper got 4 blankets, and he piled all of them on his chair, and he sat on top of all of the 4 blankets, plus the blanket that was already on the chair. So he was living his absolute best life. Thelma got 4 squeaky toys that are like plushy. She loved that. One of them's already destroyed. She's in her Destructo era. She's about that age. And then Kronk got a bag full of tennis balls. Different sizes, of course. And most of them are already destroyed. But he has had a blast. So, yeah, there's that. All right, so now that you're all caught up, you have to let me know what you got for Christmas, or what your puppies got for Christmas. I could really give a shit less about you and way more interested in what your puppies got. And if you have videos, you can send me those. They're super cute. I love that. I'll post some videos of the puppies getting their presents, because they're ridiculous. I can't believe they woke up at 6 in the morning for that. Okay, diving into cards. This is the 3 of diamonds, and it says, what's better? Being a big fish in a small pond, or a small fish in a big pond? Okay, now, okay, big fish in a small pond, or a small fish in a big pond. Honestly, it kind of, for me, it depends on the situation. Now, let me tell you my experience with this thought. When I was in high school, and I was auditioning at different colleges to be a music major, a vocal music major, I got accepted to a smaller college with like basically full ride, right? And I did not have the world's best ACT score, okay? My grades were fine, but my ACT score was just like, I was not a good test taker. I didn't realize I had ADHD. I also had a reading comprehension disorder, because I just read slow because of my ADHD, because I can't focus on shit. Anyways, that's a whole another thing. So, I auditioned at a small college, and they basically were like, you have damn near a full ride. And it was going to cost me like a couple $1,000s to go to school every year, like $2,000 or $3,000, and that was like because of books and shit. Like that was what it didn't cover, right? And and then I went to the University of Nebraska, and I auditioned, and there was just more people. The music program was bigger, and I definitely would not have been top dog. I did not get offered a scholarship, whatever. I didn't get offered grants or anything like that, because my grades weren't 4.0 and above. My there was just more people to choose from to give those things to. And so I decided that I wanted to be a small fish in a big pond, so that I would be pushed to work harder. Little did I know that like my life was going to literally fucking fall apart during college. It's weird when you have parents that are your grandparents' age, right? So my dad was 50 when I was born. Yeah, 50, fucking old. And so by the time I graduated high school, he was 68. And like he just turned 69 like a couple days after I graduated high school. So it's wild. And he also had health conditions because he got his head ran over by a tractor. And so he ended up dying when he was 77. But that road towards him dying was long and drawn out and complicated. And then also I was discovering who I was at that time, and my family was disowning me and reowning me and disowning me and all of these things. And so it was like, it was the back and forth of all of that. And man, I did not do well as a small fish in a big pond. But what I will say about that is that I did end up learning probably more in those 4 years that I went there than I would have in 4 years if I was a big fish in a little pond. I would have probably used that to my advantage and not worked as hard as I did, So it's like, it's kind of a double-edged sword. I think that my life would be totally different if I had gone to a smaller university. I mean, first of all, I would have a lot less school debt. I have because I went to so many different colleges because of me being disowned and my dad dying and me transferring states and whatever. I ended up going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 colleges in my quote-unquote undergrad. And I ended up with an associate's degree. So, yeah, it's a lot. It's a long story. Anyways, we don't have to get into all of that, but anyways, so yeah, I guess I still would choose to probably do the same thing. I learned a lot from my teacher. She was crazy, but I have one of the best lesson practices I think ever. So my private voice teaching alone was trauma filled for sure, but it was really something that helped me grow a lot. So I guess if we're going with it, I'll say small fish in a big pond, but that is definitely not the easy route to go for sure. So, okay, next card is the 6 of Spades. And it says, who has been kindest to you in your life? Wow. Who has been kindest to me in my life, in my whole life? God, I'm old. That's a long way to think back. I have had the wonderful privilege to have a lot of kind people come in and out of my life, and I hope that continues to happen. I would say, man, I have a lot of people who have been very kind to me. But I think that there are 2 people that stand out the most, and one of them would be Jane Harriet. She was my conducting mentor. It's a very long sordid story, but she ended up dying of cancer, and on her deathbed asked me to take over her choir at the church she worked at. And I was 19, and of course I was like, absolutely, not knowing what the fuck I was getting myself into. A 19-year-old being in charge of a very good church choir, never having really any experience. I mean, I did have experience because my mom was a music director and I had resources and whatever, but and I had been directing since I was 14, so I did have experience, but that was wild. But she was very kind to me through a lot of different stages of life. She was also my middle school choir teacher. And in high school, she would call me up and pay me to come do different gigs for her at her church and different percussion things. And so she gave me a lot of experience over the years. And then she mentored me on her deathbed, essentially, about how to pick music for people and how to. One of my favorite things that she taught me was how to hide voices that are completely tone deaf. And I will not reveal my secrets of that on here, because I don't want anyone to get any ideas that I'm trying to hide their voice in my choir that I currently have. But she taught me how to walk into a room and figure out where the high spots were and the low spots were, and how to put those people in different spots. Just so that their voice didn't end up echoing off of something, or that they weren't competing with the person next to them and their tone deafness wasn't, on blast, essentially. And that was one of the most valuable lessons I think I've ever learned, especially as a choir director of community choirs and amateur choirs. And I love working with them. Another thing that I really enjoy about the amateur choirs is that the longer that I get to work with them, especially with one particular group of people, usually the less I have to hide people as time goes on, because they do really improve just by sitting there and learning from the people around them and trying, and anyways, that's besides the point. But the whole point is that she was very kind to me in a time where my family was very not kind to me. And she helped me understand that it's okay to be who I am, and it's okay to question things, both about religion and about the people around me and about people's motives and things like that. Like, it's okay. And it's also okay to understand that, like, they're in a different place than I am at the moment, and it's okay to love them from afar. She essentially, she called me out on being apathetically suicidal, and was like, hey, you're gonna fuck your life up if you don't get it together. And again, I think that came from a complete point of love and kindness, that she knew that she was the person that could do that for me, and it would matter, it would mean something, and it did. It took a long time to settle in, but it did mean something, and it still does to this day. So anyways, she's probably one of the kindest people. And then also Cheryl is one of the kindest people I have ever met. She's my buddy. She's sassy. She's funny. She's my family. Even though she's, I guess, not my family, but she's my family. And it's just the way that she interacts with people is kind. Even when she thinks she's being unkind, it's kind. Her cousin was dying of brain cancer, and she would get annoyed that he would call her all the time, but she would still answer. She would still talk to him. She would, and it was just this like, I'm so over it, but I also understand the circumstances, and I'm going to do, I'm going to do it. So I learn a lot from people that are around me. I mean, there is a ton of people who are kind that I can name off the top of my head. I mean, I think that I'm in a really great place with really great people. And I couldn't possibly name all of the people that have been kind to me in my time of need. Especially those people who have been there when Hercules passed. And that is a massive amount of people, but those people that brought me food because Claire and I were refusing to eat. those people who put us up in a house because a tornado hit my house a couple weeks later. You know, I have been very, very fortunate to, in times of tragedy, be surrounded by people who really care, whether they're family or not. And I think that's one of the biggest lessons that I have learned, is that it's not necessarily always family that is there for you in your times of biggest struggle. So anyways, gosh, I'm gonna get all teary. I can't do that. Okay, moving on. Thank you for being kind. Love you all. Okay, Nine of Hearts. Wow, I tried to show you that card. It really didn't work. Anyways, what do you wear or grab when you need emotional support? Oh my God. So I was watching a YouTube video not that long ago, and this person was like, I was having a shitty day, so I decided to wear all my favorite things. And she was like, I don't give a shit that my outfit doesn't match. This is my favorite shirt. These are my favorite pants. These are my favorite shoes. This is my favorite whatever. And I just want to feel comfortable. And like, these things bring me joy. And I was like, why the fuck have I never thought of that? And so I started doing that. And it's awesome. It's great. So if you have not done that, you should definitely do that. Fuck what other people think and go do that. So like right now I am wearing my PJ pants, and they have bananas on them, and I think they're hilarious, and they're also very comfy. And I don't feel well, so that's what I'm wearing, is my banana pants. And then I don't know, like the sweatshirt that Claire got me. It's very fun, but it's very cozy. So like, if you have never done that, if you have never just like decided that these are your emotional support clothes, you really should pick out an outfit that's an emotional support outfit, because I'll be damned, it really does help. Put that on, go out and get you some iced coffee, or, you know, a little sweet treat. It really fucking helps. It's magical. So anyways, that's what I would say mine is. All right, one more question. This is the Six of Diamonds, and it says, what happens if aliens are real? Well, shit. I don't know what happens if aliens are real. I'm sure that they are. I can't imagine having the audacity to think that the universe is this big and we just don't have aliens, and like nothing else exists, nothing else lives. Fucking white people in their audacity. Honest to God. Anyways, I can't imagine they're not real. Apparently, they're in our oceans. I don't know. What happens? I don't know. I don't fucking understand. I hope that they would be nice. You know? I don't know. But at the same time, I cannot tell you that, like, if we were aliens to other people, like if we ever get to Mars and find out that there are Martians, I can't imagine us being all that kind to them. We don't have a great track record with things we don't understand. You know? Does that make sense? So I would hope that would be my biggest hope, is that they are kind and that we are kind back. Because, like, really, it would just be interesting. You know, like, so let's say if Avatar was the aliens that were coming. You know what I'm talking about, the movie. And if those giant blue people just, like, appeared, I would hope that their first encounter would not be, like, to get mauled and put in a cage and studied. I would hope that their first interaction would be with somebody that was non-threatening and kind, you know? And try to figure out, like, a way to talk to each other. I don't know. I feel like, I don't know. That's probably too much to ask for. Let's be honest. The world. The world. The world is a fucking crazy place. So anyways, on that note, I'll catch y'all in a couple of days. I hope that you had a wonderful holiday season. Happy Hanukkah, happy Kwanzaa, happy Merry Christmas. I don't know, whatever the fuck. Or if you're not celebrating any of those, happy Saturday. And I will chat with you all in a few days, and I hope not to be sick when that happens. So, all right, I love y'all, and I hope that you have a great morning, afternoon, evening, whatever the fuck this is for you, and I'll talk to you in a couple of days. Bye, bitches!